Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to help you weigh whether you should buy the iPhone 11 right now. So let's get into it and see what are the differences and whether this phone still holds up and whether you should go ahead and buy it. To start with, the iPhone 11 has a pretty good design, very minimalistic, and compared to the iPhone 12, it is less boxier, but you still have aesthetically everything which is similar. So you have the same dual camera setup, same Apple logo placement. At the bottom there are the speaker grill and microphone holes with a lightning connector. The power button remains the same. You still have the big notch, but there are a few changes as well, and let's focus on those. Before we get into that, do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. So to make it simple, I have categorized the entire video into 4 sections. One is the display, which is the main part of the phone according to me. Second is the processor. Third, we have the cameras. Fourth is the battery. And fifth, which is the last one, are the speakers. So to start with, the display is not top notch according to me. It is a sub 1080p panel, a little more than 720p. So if you're coming from say an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8, you should be pretty okay with this display. But if you're coming from any Android phone which has a 1080p display, so be definite to Google that. And if you have a phone which has a 1080p display, you're going to find an instant difference between your phone and the iPhone 11. Though on YouTube it shows that it goes to 1080p, but actually you're not looking at a 1080p video. It's a gimmick. Talking about the colors are really good. It is comparable to an OLED display. So if you put an OLED display beside the 11, you are not going to see a difference. It has got deep blacks. Even though the iPhone 11 has an LCD panel, the colors are really good. So keep that in mind, and after this point, everything looks really good in the phone. Apart from this notch. So you have this notch, and it's the same with the 12 series, though we hear that it's going to become better in the 13 series, but it's there. The Face ID is there, and in 2021 it is not as functional because of us wearing masks, but it's still good. Now looking at the good part, so you have the A13 Bionic. All the apps work really well with this phone. There is no lag. You can game, you can video render. Everything is super fast. And talking about that, let me just pull out Call of Duty and let's see how that goes. So you still get a stable 60 FPS gaming, which is very rare in say Android phones. So if you're coming from an Android, again, this should really help you, and the game just opens up really fast in this phone. I'm not going to do a comparison, but the phone is really fast, and compared to the A14 Bionic, this processor is still very capable. Now looking at the RAM management, it is really good in this phone. So even though it comes at a 4GB of RAM compared to the 6GB which comes in the 12 Pro series, this phone really does well with multitasking. So even though you keep your apps in the background, this phone is going to be really good. You fill up the phone to its brim, it's still going to work really fine. It comes with the same iOS 14.5, which is the current version, and Apple will definitely keep updating the phone, so you are going to get new features. Now moving on to cameras. Now this is a dual camera setup, as I said. Both are 12 megapixels, so you get a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and even the front camera is a 12 megapixel. All the features from the 12 series are exactly the same, so you get everything under the sun, right from time-lapse to portraits to everything. The only thing which this phone does not have is a telephoto lens. Compared to the 12 also does not have a telephoto lens. Now if I talk about the camera quality, the cameras are really good, especially the video recording. the videos on this phone are very crisp and they are very good. It has night mode, just like the 12 series, though I would say that it's a notch below, but there is not too much difference. And just to throw it in there, the camera goes to 0.5x ultra wide, and it zooms into also a 5x. So that's the maximum zoom which is available on this phone. And according to me, it's better to take a photo with the normal camera and then crop in. And let's look at some camera samples. The photos from these cameras are pretty natural, so you get what you see, and there is no extra enhancement. The green is green, the blue is blue, which I prefer compared to some other phones which enhance the colors, though some people might like enhanced colors. And overall, the camera is pretty good compared to the iPhone 12. As I said, it is a notch below, but it is really good. Now let's talk about the battery life. The iPhone 11 is a 3110 milliamp hour battery, and it is a pretty good battery life, though in iOS 14.5 they are doing some recalibration to the battery health, so my battery health is down to 84%, but I guess that should also be fine. Even with that, I am seeing a good battery life of the entire day running day-to-day tasks, and the battery still is about 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which according to me is really good for a phone which is almost 2 years old now. Definitely a good phone to buy with respect to the battery life, and Apple does an amazing job with keeping the battery life going. And the A13 Bionic, though it is a really good processor, but it is not that power hungry. I used Call of Duty for 21 minutes and all it has dented is 1% of the battery life, which is exceptional according to me. Now let's listen to the speakers. They are dual firing speakers, so one in the earpiece and one bottom firing, and I will keep quiet so that you can hear the sound. So let's get into it and see which one does better. So the OnePlus 8 Pro has a more curved display compared to the OnePlus 9 Pro. Apart from that, the mute switch, the power button, they remain in the same exact place. On the bottom you have the speaker grill, USB Type-C, a microphone hole and a SIM card tray. And the speakers are good, nothing great, and you get good clarity with them. So you have a good bass in the bottom firing speaker as well as in the earpiece, and they get pretty loud. And with that, we are at the end of the video. This is a good phone. The screen is not up to the mark compared to the other phones and flagships out there. If you have the budget, do go for the iPhone 12. Otherwise, this phone is absolutely exceptional. You can definitely go for it. I recommend it. If you have any queries, hit me up down in the comment section. I respond to each and every comment of yours, and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As usual, thanks for watching.